I went from living like monks, living out back of the trunk, to pockets of fat with the monks, pockets of fat like the clubs. Now I am living like Trump. Now I am living like Trump. Mimosas and mimosas, mimosas and mimosas, mimosas and mimosas. The Morris Costa Nostra, pulling up in Testarossa, we charging the debt, discharging the debt, discharging the debt.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode, Underground Railroad Productions. This is your host, Brother Rich. Now I'm back once again with the living legend, none other than Professor Griff. Welcome back to the show, brother.
Greetings, Brother Rich. It's always a pleasure to be back, disseminating this information, as we've been put on the planet to do. I guess, a lot of times when you know and understand, you accept that mission from the Creator, and you're on that path, the Creator will cause your path to cross with people with like minds. So here we are.
Indeed, man. I appreciate your braveness all these years, man, since the Public Enemy days. Just being so brave, whether it was cool or not cool to be pro-black, whether it was cool or not cool to talk about white supremacy, whether it was cool or not cool to talk about what's really going on behind the scenes in the world, man. You've been doing it for a very long time. That's something nobody could take away from you, and I appreciate it, brother. And it makes me, indeed, it makes me think about the show today, because I'm thinking about, I want to talk about, sometimes, we were under the assumption that money's going to solve all our problems. The majority of people in this world. Money will make us happy. Money will get us a girl if you're a dude. Money will get us a man if you're a girl. Money will help us if we're sick because we can afford all types of medicine. Money money will fix everything. A lot of people, especially if you don't have money, you're under the assumption of that money's going to fix things. And there's just been certain instances within the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks that shows that there's certain things, man, that money can't buy. And money can't fix. Our most recent incident, the most famous basketball player in the world, LeBron James, had to make a press conference yesterday, talked about how tough it is being black in America. He made references to Emmett Till. He made references to what Emmett Till's mother did to show people about the injustices that's happening in this country. And that was decades and decades ago. And here we have in 2017 somebody who's practically a billionaire because of his endorsements and his basketball salary is going through racism. His property is getting vandalized. I mean, when he left Cleveland the first time, he was called nigga 1,000 times by the fans. So it's like money does not make you immune because you have a talent. That does not make you immune. We have another incident with Tiger Woods. Tried to deny his blackness since he came out, basically. He gets arrested, drunk, high. Look, I don't know what the hell he was taking. Rap sheet, what it says, black. It doesn't it doesn't say other. It says black. Check that black. This is a nigga. Check black. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, not to say that LeBron tried to run away from his blackness, but it just seems as though doesn't matter, Griff, what economic bracket you in, man. We seen Oprah get stereotyped in the store, and that's Oprah.
Right,
that's Oprah.
right.
Griff, man, talk to me, I guess what I'm saying. And the list goes on and on. We can talk about Bill Cosby telling us, don't complain about racism. The middle class keeps complaining about racism. He gets into some shit. First thing he says, not the first thing, but he eventually says, I think racism is to blame for all of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we see this over and over again when people have money. They might try to deny their blackness. They might try to pretend like it doesn't exist. Or they might just confront it. But talk to me about money and racism, Griff. That's going to be the topic tonight. Money and racism, Professor Griff. Talk to me about what's going on.
Well, I think that when we really look at each of these individual situations, we can come to a general consensus. There's a common thread, there's a common denominator in all of this. And the common thing in all of this is the fact that all of these people that you've mentioned are black.
Right.
Whether they want to buy into the social construct of race or not, whether you want to believe that, but because you live in a certain neighborhood and you have a certain socioeconomic status, that racism, white supremacy is going to somehow view you as green instead of black, you have a rude awakening coming. And in each of these situations you've just read to us, these situations have been proven to the average black person that regardless of how much money you have, regardless of where you live and who you are, whether you're dribbling a basketball for these people, or whether you got a talk show host, or you knocking golf balls around or footballs around, or you a rapper, to white people, and as far as racism, white supremacy, you still a nigger. Plain and simple. And they will let you know and remind you of this. And basically it's just a high-tech remix of the thing that they used to say to us by saying to us, just stay in your place, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I think, and since we're reminded of this, a lot of us tend to want to get quote-unquote real. You ever notice that, Brother Rich? Tiger Woods wasn't drinking, but they found on the side of the damn road, car running, slumped over, obviously on something. You kind of think of a person with that economic status. Why would you even need to be out? First of all, driving yourself.
Right, exactly.
Uber made $1 billion last year. So why are you out driving yourself, first of all? And then second of all, who are you hanging around with that you get that damn high that you end up on the side of the road?
Right.
So we have to understand something. You know something, racism is not going to have the safety net for Negroes who want to change the aspect of that social construct. For example, O.J. said, I'm not black, I'm O.J.
Yeah, he did.
He felt that was going to protect him. Little do he know that there's no protection plan in racism and white supremacy. No, you didn't check that box off when you filled out the application. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not going to protect him simply because you run a football up and down the field for white people. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. It seems as though when they're filling out this application to be protected by white people, from white people, they overlook the fact that when they look in the mirror, that they almost become their worst enemies, Brother Rich. If you're looking at it from a psychological standpoint.
Right, yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm safe, nice neighborhood, nice wife. They let me be a woman, so now I'm married to a white woman. I got half white children. I'm here in a predominantly white neighborhood, a certain economic status, so I am safe. So I can do the things that white boys do and get a slap on the wrist for. And it's like, no, you can't, because Dr. Frances Cress Welsing explained it to us very thoroughly, and she basically says they're not going to let that one drop of melanin get in, simply because this is the thing that can cause genetic annihilation. And LeBron James don't see it. Oprah definitely don't see it. The Tiger Woods don't see it. All of these people think, let me make as much money as I can, and it'll eventually get me out of this situation. And notice, Bill Cosby having to use all his money now to defend himself.
Right.
And white people are not stupid. O.J. had to spend his money to defend himself. Regardless of how much money LeBron James has, I don't care how many alarm systems, security guards that you have. I don't care if you have the one where you can come up or look on your inside of your house on your phone, all that. That's still not protecting you from racism and white supremacy. And if it's going to take this happening to bring you back down to earth and let you know racism and white supremacy do exist, and you can't hide. There's not a place in America that you can hide. So if it's a racial construct that you figure you done figured out, and you're a rat in the maze, and you figure out how to navigate through racism or white supremacy by raising your ego. Listen, Brother Rich, there's nothing wrong with you having as much money as you can make. Fine. But if that money's going to cause you to be disillusioned about what's going on in America, no, racism and white supremacy will bring your ass right on back down to earth, and it has.
But if it's not happening to me, Griff, am I disillusioned? Because I'm not seeing it in my community. So I can't relate to it. So am I really...
That's the trick.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's the trick. It is happening to you. You don't realize it's happening to you because it operates on a subconscious level. It's not meant for you to see it. You understand what I'm saying? If you saw it, then you'd be able to figure it out. Right? So we see Donald Trump. Oh, okay, he's an idiot. Yada, yada, yada. I see what he's doing. I see the moves that he's making on the chessboard. I can avoid that. No, it's the moves that you can't see, Brother Rich. Oh, you're playing chess, and the guy sitting across the board from you, he makes a move, and you got to think. You got to get in his head. You got to see his strategy. And they're moving slowly but surely, Brother Rich, to do. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Right now, they're about to lock brothers up at the toll booths. You owe child support. You go through the toll booths. Yeah, they're telling you to pull over, and they're putting you in cuffs. You owe alimony. They're arresting people at the airport. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a real ID card law that they're passing. Google it, Brother Rich. It's a real ID law that they're passing, and there's a couple of states who are like, no, we're not going along with that. We're not doing it to the fine people of Missouri. Well, they said if you don't do it to the fine people of Missouri, we'll do it to you. Plain and simple. Everyone has to have the real ID. Why?
Right.
Because they're setting people up. Everyone has to have the implantable biomicrochip. So if you don't have the real ID, you can't travel in America. So they're going to stop you at the checkpoints, stop you at the airports. They're going to stop you. If you don't have the new ID that they're issuing in America, then you go to jail.
Let me ask you this, Professor Griff. Dealing with race, we're talking about, sometimes because of the amount of money you have, you want to ignore it. You don't want to confront it. You want to say it doesn't exist. Let's say I'm a church going woman. I'm a mother of some kids. I listen to you talk. I say to you, Professor Griff, now I'm a mother raising my children. They're in school. They're doing great. I happen to have a picture of white Jesus on my wall. Somebody may ask me why. I say, you know what? If you really, 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 really think about it, God is not a color. He or she is not a gender. All that shit is man-made. That is made for us to fight amongst each other, Professor Griff. That is made for whites to fight against blacks, Indians to fight against Chinese. God ain't no damn color. God is a spirit, Professor Griff. And you know that because you're a spiritual man. So why criticize me because I decide to have a certain color of God when God could be any color? I just happen to have the white color. So if God is a spirit, what's wrong with if God isn't any color, what's wrong with me having him as white or having him as whatever color I so choose to have in my home, Professor Griff, as an elderly black woman? What would you tell that elderly black woman, Professor Griff? Because we're hearing that oh so often, that God is not a color or gender.
Right. Well, I probably wouldn't have that conversation with an elderly black woman because I would let her have her white Jesus. There's no convention. She's an elderly black woman.
Right. But in general.
But in general, I would basically say, if you truly, quote unquote, believe that God is not a man and God is a spirit, then why are you painting white? See, now it's a deeper psychosis here. If you believe he's a spirit, but yet you still accept him as being something other than your own self, then there's other issues that you have then. You understand what I'm saying? Self-esteem being one of them, low self-esteem being one of them, self-hate being another one. Because everyone on the planet, God look like them. I don't care the ones that will ride and die in this whole belief that God is the spirit. Those are the main ones that will paint their God as looking like them. Everyone does that except black people. So if God is truly a spirit, then where was that concept when they were brainwashing black people to be subservient to them for 1,000 years?
Right.
Where was that concept at? That concept was in place. It was around, but they never taught it to us. Subsequently, we suffer from an inferiority complex simply because for thousands of years, probably for hundreds of years, we've been looking at a God that looks like someone else, and we've been serving someone else. And if you watch black people, for example, me and so they was traveling through the airport, and the white woman was in front of us, black security guard at TSA. We were in pre-check. Pre-check. So didn't even want to see the white woman's ID, but stopped us to look at ours. See, that's because your God is white and you think white people can't do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? You love white, but you hate yourself. You understand what I'm saying? This is the end result of it. And you're the same when they grow up and talk about you don't see color. Well, everybody see colors. If no one's seeing colors, then why did God make us these colors? And there's nothing wrong with that. But you're right. Now, in comes racism, white supremacy with the social construct. The social construct runs a lot deeper than just on a social level. It affects politics and religion. And since it does, inside of the religion of racism, white supremacy, you have to paint the God white, because those are the people that constructed the system. And the system would have to keep them on top and keep them ruling. A small minority of people ruling the majority of the people. Yeah, so it's there. Elijah Muhammad dealt with that. I think that's one of the first chapters in the book, Message to the Black Man in America, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He dealt with the whole, is God a spirit or is God a man? You understand what I'm saying? If God is a spirit, that spirit can't act on its own. It needs a host, right or wrong.
Indeed.
It needs a host. So I say I'm God, having a human experience called Griff. People say, I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. Well, good luck. Because I'm not going to view my Creator, the Lord of Lords, through the lens and through the eyes of someone that's trying to kill me.
Well, for the people, you brought the example, for the people that say they don't see color, I guess some of them want to believe they believe that.
Yeah, they're lying. They see color, but go on.
You hear that a lot with the people who, they get into spirituality, and they say color is, it's for the people who aren't more advanced. The advanced souls don't see color. But it seems as though if there's 5 black dudes walking behind that same spiritualist late at night, they see color then. They know 5 niggas is behind them versus if it was 5 white people behind them. So it's like, or if they walk into a room and there's 50 black people in that room versus 50 white people, the first thing a person might think is, wow, is this a black meeting? I didn't know this was a black meeting. So why do you think people say they don't see color when they know damn well they do, and as soon as they see black people, they see the black, but when they see white, it's like a default color, and they don't notice it. But when they see black, they notice a black dude is behind them, and they got that purse or whatever they got. So why do you think people continuously say they don't see color? It's like kind of crazy at this point.
Well, I think, Brother Rich, we're at a point where racism, white supremacy now is being exposed, and people are seeing things for what they really are. And I've noticed white people, since Donald Trump has been in office, I've seen white people, as far as racism, it gets polarized. What do I mean by that? I mean, you'll find some nice, accommodating white people. And then you find ones that damn near spit in your face.
Okay.
And I think they are wrestling with that whole idea on a subconscious level because they know they're never going to have America the way they used to have America. And Brother Rich, let's just for a second, right now in this particular interview, let's just take a deep breath and truly, really process what I'm saying. in order for them to have America the way they used to have America, we would continually have to be subservient to white people. We would damn near have to go back into slavery for white people to have it the way they used to have it. That is just the end point, man. So those same people that are so spiritual, all right, you might find a handful of them that'll fight to see that black people don't go back into slavery. Because trust me, the blueprint for that is on the goddamn table. Tell me I'm lying. If they could have it their way, yeah, bro, we'd be in electronic shackles, man. We'd be picking digital cotton, man.
Digital cotton, wow.
Serious. And that's just real, man. So we can say it all we want to. You can hang around with your cute white friends and all y'all can talk about y'all don't see color. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, simply because it's just not, to be honest with you, Brother Rich, as far as, America's concerned, it's not going anywhere. It's interwoven into the fabric of what America is. I mean, we was driving along to Jersey and we kind of stopped, man, to see if we can find a vegan spot. And, man, we ended up in Pleasantville, man. We didn't see not one black person in this little town we stopped in.
Wow.
And I don't care what nobody say. I started thinking about that movie Get Out. Now I got the for real. I'm like, nah, I'm not hanging out. I'm not hanging around. Nah, I'm out. I can't do it. This article says, racial targeting of James is sobering. Ugly episode shows we have a long, long, long way to go. It says racism will always be a part of the world. Now, we're not even talking about America. We're talking about the world. A part of America. Hate in America, especially for African Americans, is living every day. Every day we breathe, we have to deal with someone hating us. If not the self-hatred, it's white people hating us. Every single day. And then, but because we're trapped in America, having to do America's bidding, because now, as you know, they're talking about putting the draft back on the table, right? You know he's going to war. He's really going to war with North Korea. So if he goes to war with North Korea, putting the draft back on the table, all of these people with all this lip service think they're so goddamn tough, want to fight everybody. Yep, they're going to put your ass in a uniform, give you a gun to go fight the yellow-brown people. So, I take it you don't see color when you go into the prisons, right? I take it you don't see color when you start looking at statistics when you're talking about unemployment. You don't see color. The hell you don't. Every statistic you look at, we're at the bottom of the totem pole, man.
Right.
We're not only at the highest that are unemployed, we're the highest that are unemployable. Because the level of the skill set that we have.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Most black people are lowering their standard of living so they can live comfortable, because trying to aspire to what someone else wants you, the way someone else wants you to live, is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Just trying to be a healthy eater in America, it's expensive.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that.
You say, okay, I'm a vegan/vegetarian, whatever. I'm going to eat right. Hell, just get water. You understand what I'm saying? Just getting real vegetables. Just breathing clean air has become a task for most people. And this is just real basic talk, Brother Rich. This is nothing, I'm not reading from stats and charts and that kind of thing to break down the socioeconomic structure and how, what are those professions that thrive in America? Because all of the professions that thrive in America and black people do well as far as they can actually stand up and say, we're moving on up. A lot of them are entertaining white people.
Yeah.
Professions that entertain white people. Basketball, football, rapping, talk show, movies. Yeah. Yeah, and those of us that are engineers and scientists and made their money in other ways, they don't want us to know about these people. And then it becomes like a gigantic disconnect. Because if you ever had those people come down and teach the fourth grader, then we produce a lot more scientists and engineers, am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
It's designed that way, Brother Rich. Listen, you're at a certain economic status now. You might not, they give you a set of friends. You know, you have a certain things you do. You're not playing basketball anymore. You're playing golf. You ain't smoking weed no more. You smoke cigars. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
you don't drink Bud Light. You don't elevate it, and you know, eating caviar and you sipping the fine wines and that kind of thing. Okay, right. But you become disconnected from your people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Just, you know, using that as an example. So it's like, you know, we're getting it both ways, man. Our own people that have moved up to the economic level, on this economic ladder, we don't have access to them. They don't want to have access to us. And yet when we see the LeBron James press conference, it's like, wow, bruh. Wow, LeBron James may say, well, I still got my old friends from high school. Okay, yeah, but racism, white supremacy is not letting you put a situation in a place where you can protect your own house. You know, if I ever had that kind of money, that's the first thing you do, Brother Rich. You secure your home and your family. Yeah.
Gee, you know, I was thinking about what you said, and you was talking about, you know, just as far as, you know, being vegan and, you know, situations where we're forced to deal with. And I'm thinking about, you know, you get this information, you want to apply it, Professor Griff, because that's the first thing you want to do. People always ask what's the solution. The solutions is to apply the information that you get from these individuals that have them. So I hear individuals like Dr. Sabi and others talk about drinking a gallon of water a day. So me and my girl, we want to implement that. We want to drink good quality water. So just to drink a gallon, let's say, of a water brand called Essentia, which is supposed to be 8.5 on the pH scale. To drink a gallon of that is probably about $7 for one person. So if me and my girl want to be healthy and want to follow this regimen that, you know, these health experts recommend, that's a gallon for me, a gallon for her. That's $14 a day. So now if you multiply that in a month, 30 days, let's say it's 30 days in a month, that's $420 just to drink quality water at an optimum level because my body is about 80% water. So, I mean, that's what we're up against, Professor Griff. When we talk about racism, white supremacy, or whatever we deal with, $420 to drink quality water because you're 80% water and you need water to function at an optimal level so you can have energy to work your job, take care of your family, play with your kids, satisfy your wife, and do whatever else you have to do, man. So it's some serious stuff, Professor Griff, when you really think about it, man. $420 a month, man, for you and your woman to drink water. And imagine if you had kids to go along with that, man. Like, wow. That's something, man. That's something.
Yeah, but look at it like this, brother. Those that can afford it don't do it. They're drinking Sprite and Gatorade.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And sports players and rappers got Sprite commercials, Gatorade, and you don't find them with healthy water commercials. I mean, look at it. These people can afford $500 a month to drink good quality water, and they don't. Simply because racism and white supremacy says we're paying you all this money, promote Gatorade, promote Sprite. We gonna hook LeBron James up with Little Yachty. You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna hit them where we know they are, culturally speaking. We're gonna take one of the best in sports and one of the not so best in rap, and we're gonna put them together in a commercial. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. and we're going to put some kids in the commercial to show who we're targeting in this particular ad. And we want everybody during this flight.
So Griff, so since everybody, let's use the example, LeBron and Little Yachty, the Little Yachty guy with the Sprite commercial, since everybody is basically being affected by it, whoever watches it, is racism, white supremacy the right term to use? Or, since there's white people watching that as well that are being brainwashed to drink Sprite instead of water. So can we call that racism, white supremacy when white people are watching it as well, probably at the same rate or greater because they consume more, I guess some people might say? So is that the right term?
Well, racism, white supremacy is a power dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say it affects them, it only affects them to the point where they don't understand it on a conscious level, and it may affect them subconsciously. But Dr. Francis Cress Wilson says subconsciously determined it exists in the 9 areas of people activity, and then they've put things in the system that work even when they are unconscious, Brother Rich. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things that white people don't even think about. For example, there was a white woman that did a YouTube clip about how black people act when police pull them over. This is why we get shot. Wow. I watched it, and I just said, wow, she is way off, because she said if black people would just control themselves and conduct themselves in a respectful manner, police officers wouldn't shoot them. So I just politely went on YouTube, and I looked at all of those clips where white people are cursing police out. And they don't get shot.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that threw that right down the drain. See, they're trying to come up with these excuses on our behavior simply because they don't want us behaving the way we do, and they don't want us to respond the way we respond. This is a natural response to police officers and other people, and they claim to be an authority over us that we know is crooked. So even when they come up with little things like that, it's like, why? No, you're the ones that's supposed to be setting the example for us. This is your culture, your language. This is the system that you built. And when we start to act like you, oh no, we end up getting shot and murdered. We end up, look at OJ and study OJ and Tiger Woods. You know, they were the darling Negroes for white people in sports. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's white guys are trying to speak up for Tiger Woods. And Tiger needs our help. Wow, for real? But what's wrong with Tiger? Tiger married the maid. Kanye married the jump off. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Almost like they're leftover women, man. So the black woman's not good enough, I take it. The best of the best that black women have to offer is not good enough for these guys to marry. Yet you will turn around and go marry the maid.
Or the jump off.
Right. Wow.
Do you think we put too much pressure on these celebrities, whether it's LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Bill Cosby, O.J. Simpson, whoever? Do we put too much pressure on them, Professor Griff, to deal with white supremacy when we don't talk about it at our office jobs, when we don't talk about it at the dentist's office, we don't talk about it at wherever UPS, FedEx, wherever we might work? We're not dealing with it. Why put the pressure on them to deal with it when we don't deal with it in our $40,000, $50,000 a year jobs that we have today?
But like I keep saying, Brother Rich, it's there, and we have to deal with it because it's hidden, and it comes out in subtle ways. You understand what I'm saying? And we're forced to deal with it. We know it's there, and in the back of our minds, we know it's there, and white people know it's there. So you could choose to handle it however you want to handle it, Brother Rich, but it's there. Do you really feel in your life that you don't have to deal with it?
Oh, I see it. It's there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's there, and if you're doing the work and you're vibrating on the level that you know you're supposed to be vibrating on, it's going to meet you wherever you are. You don't have to go looking for it. And most well-to-do middle-class Negroes will be like, look, I made it. You guys can make it too. Just Trying to pull yourselves up by your own bootstraps. Yeah, what other people have ever done that? We've been handicapped. This is not our language.
But Griff, should they be forced to talk about it more than the average person? That's the question I'm asking.
No. And I'm glad you reiterated that question. No, they shouldn't. But guess what, Brother Rich? They don't ever talk about it. So the question should be, should they even talk about it? Under the unwritten law in their unwritten contract, Brother Rich, they shouldn't talk about it because it's about money now. It's not about race. Is what they thought, until they get brought back down to earth. Why should LeBron James talk about race? We have white players. The head office is white. Everybody else is white. The niggas that just dribble the ball are black. The owners, everyone, most of the fans buy the season tickets. Yeah. Why would they talk about race? We don't want to turn people off. And I think we even do that sometimes. I know I found myself doing it a couple of times. I mean, this is being strategic. I'm in a restaurant somewhere, or I'm speaking at a cafe, and the guy that invited me to come speak, he has white customers. I'm not going to be blasting away at race while his white customers are walking in and out. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just not smart to do. But I'm not forced to talk about it. LeBron James is not forced to talk about it. He's forced to talk about it now because he's feeling the brunt of it. Yeah. He's feeling it because he's been a victim of it. And this is what the LeBron Jameses need to understand, that it's always been there, LeBron James. It's just caught up to you. It's your time now. What did they say they sprayed on his house?
I think nigger.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're not escaping that. I don't give a damn how many damn three-point shots you hit, man. I don't give a damn how many championship rings you have. Plain and simple. They're not going to view you any different. Nope. Do we really think in America that dynamic is going to change? This is why Elijah Muhammad proposed separation. But black people don't want to separate because they can't bring their white friends. Because we have to do an overhaul of our consciousness. And we have to really, truly deal with that religious chip that's in us. And most people do not want to destroy racism and white supremacy because they're trying to find a comfortable place in it. And I'm telling you, man, and the internet is the best thing that ever happened to the coward, bro.
Yeah, you always say that.
And because now you can hide. Racism and white supremacy will find you, Tiger Woods. It'll find you, OJ. It'll find you, LeBron. It'll find you all these silly-ass rappers that talk, well, I'm not black, I'm just American. And I'm not African-American, I'm just an American. I mean, wow, for real? Yeah, this is, as they say, it's America you live in. It's America. I don't know where these people think they live. Fat thinking is not going to get you through this, man.
Right.
The Jews that was walking around Nazi Germany really did not have an idea that their neighbors were disappearing. And they were carting them off to the concentration camps. When they finally realized, Brother Rich, it was too late. In the entranceway of the concentration camp, guess what they were doing? They had a Jewish band playing music as they walked them into the camps.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like black people.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yep. And trust me, if 6 million of them perished, can you imagine what they're going to do to black people? Yeah.
To close it out with, Professor Griff, what advice would you have to those who listening? I mean, you get millions of views a year on this YouTube channel. Millions and millions of people listen to this program within a year on this channel. I mean, you got one video. You did the Get Out video. That's almost at 600,000, and that's just one video. So you got a lot of people watching your videos.
Right.
What would you say? And I'm sure there's a lot of celebrities, people that that's in the industry that listen to you speak. What advice would you have to them, coming from Professor Griff? And what advice would you have to people that might be aspiring to be the next LeBron James or to be the next Hollywood movie star or whatever? What advice would you have to them to effectively be successful in their field, but at the same time, because you got to be strategic to be successful in Hollywood or in the rap business, but at that same time, know how to fight against the injustices that black people are faced with on a daily basis, Professor Griff?
Well, you know, Brother Rich, I would just say to them people, there are other people that are out there, other than black people, that are there in Hollywood that are successful, but have their religious beliefs, their political beliefs. They have a certain degree in as far as education is concerned, and they're holding true to who they are, their culture, their God, and their people. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just that when we get to black people, you very rarely find those particular things with black people. It's only a handful that you can, honestly pick out. Right. Have those particular things in place. But there's nothing wrong with that. And of course, you get up in that space. I don't care where it's. I don't care if it's the LeBron James, the Oprahs, the whoever it is. What's the dude that constantly playing God in Hollywood?
I don't even know.
Freckles.
Black dude.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah. I'm sure these people, as many roles as he's gotten. I've saw him in about 20 different movies. The Denzel Washingtons and the rest. I'm sure you're probably going to end up with some white friends. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
If you just being a human and being yourself, of course. But we still have to keep in mind you're still in a world that on a subconscious level perpetuates this whole inferiority complex and pushes it in black people to the point where we operate from that premise. You understand what I'm saying? And we constantly go out of our way to show and prove that we're equal or as better. And then when we do get to the point where we surpass them, like LeBron James and a few other people, they throw the race card and bring you right back down to earth by spraying nigger on your house. And that becomes the reality check. And it's like, wow, okay. All right. So it's there, Brother Rich, and we have to find creative ways and be honest with ourselves and truthful in our approach to trying to dismantle racism, white supremacy in our individual lives and in the lives of those generations coming up behind us. Some people are just tired as hell, Brother Rich, and they just say, the hell with it. Let me just make as much money as I can make, and that'll shield me from racism and white supremacy. Yeah, all right.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. We have too many examples in front of us today. That's shown us. But anyway.
Get the people your contact information, Professor Griff, man. I know they want to see you in person, man. Let them know how they can reach you.
Yeah, I want to see them in person also, and I will definitely be crisscrossing the country. But first I want to let people know about my class. I moved my class back in July, starting July 4th. It's an online class, basically a class offering people a very firm foundation in knowledge itself, going over all of that material that the ancestors and the elders laid out for us in order for us to build a firm foundation so that we can know thyself. And this is basically the same thing that you and I just spoke about. We spoke about the fact that these people had this kind of a firm foundation, so when they do get up in Hollywood or in sports and whatever, they don't have to worry about these other things simply because they're rooted into their culture. So every Tuesday in July, the 4th, the 11th, 18th, and the 25th, from 8 to 10 p.m., my class begins July 4th. It's a knowledge of self class online, so people can just go to my website, www.professorgriff.net, me if they want to register for the class. So they can just give me a call at 678-557-2919. I want to thank the people in New Brunswick, New Jersey for having me come through on a holiday, man. People showed up and showed out. But it's a beautiful thing. Sometimes people have a hard time wrestling with the body of work, but nonetheless, hey, that's just what it is. Not good. But Brother Rich, I'm also going to be at the Dragon Academy in Lanham, Maryland on the 25th. That's the 25th of July. I'm going to be at the Dragon Academy. I'm doing of June. Did I say July? The 25th of June. The 25th of June, I'll be in Lanham, Maryland. I'll be talking about the art of war, encouraging the young dads to bring their sons so we can have that conversation and equip them with the necessary firm foundation that they're going to need as far as being disciplined. That talk is going to be on. That's a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Sunday on the 25th. I think it starts at 3 o'clock. That's actually Soleil's Kung Fu School that I'm going to be speaking at in Maryland.
Okay.
And, we're just encouraging people to kind of show up, especially bring their young children, because I've got that discipline of the Rich coming up. I was there in the cadets. I was there in the FOI. I was there in martial arts. And I got the discipline that helped me out later on in life, kept me out of trouble. Of course, my mom's backhand kept me out of trouble, but yeah.
Right. Ain't nothing like that. Mama's backhand.
Man. But young cats need to see it, and they need to see it disciplined. I mean, they need to see it demonstrated, pardon me.
Right.
And of course, Brother Rich, they can get it in any form of martial arts. Ask King Simon and the other brothers that have studied martial arts. It's there. I'm also going to be in Miami, man, on August 5th from 4 to 10 at the Stadium Hotel, 21485 Northwest 27th Avenue. Vendors and performers are welcome. Y'all can call 786-202-3760. That's 786-202-3760. August 5th in Miami, Florida. And I'm doing this Marcus Garvey celebration, man, on the 19th and 20th in Jacksonville, Florida. So if people want to participate in that, they can just give me a call at 678-557-2919. I'm encouraging people to get up and get out, man. We've become disconnected. Digital world we live in.
Digital, yeah.
Yeah, and we just sit home now, and we don't interact with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Take the online class online, and then come out to the lecture so we can talk, so we can break bread. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But as I always do, I'm always here. My phone number is 678-557-2919. I did a Facebook Live. I did my show last night, Brother Rich, live from the studio with Soleil, which was kind of
I seen some of it, man. It was off the hook, man. The track was sounding crazy. I was like, Griff doing his thing, man. You and Soleil doing big things, man.
Thank you. I'm proud of him, man.
It's such a beautiful example to see, man. Teaching is great, but to see it in real time,
right?
To see an example of that, man, that's beautiful, man. So,
just thank you, man. I'm really proud of her. After all these years, she still got that skill set. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. That behind the scenes, man, it means a lot, because we used to reality TV and we see it from such a ratchet perspective, ratchet, ignorant ass perspective. So to see it behind the scenes from a more uplifting, conscious, just having a good time perspective. I mean, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to see, man. So much respect to you and Soleil, man, and keep doing your thing, brother.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. But listen, family, this is Brother Rich, Professor Griff, Make sure you support everything Professor Griff got coming up. And you got a Patreon page as well, right? Tell them your Patreon page if they want to be monthly contributors to what you have coming up so you can bring them the best information possible. Tell them how they could do that.
Oh, yeah, they can just go, I believe it's patreon.com. It's /Professor Griff. Okay. I'm there. These new technologies, Brother Rich, are allowing us to reach more and more people, and we're trying to figure out innovative ways for the people to support what we're doing. And summertime is upon us, and we're finding that we have to be very, very conscious on where we spend our nickels and dimes, Brother Rich. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because in dealing with money, finance, and racism tonight on this particular show, how we spend our money and where we spend our money can actually fuel your destruction, your demise.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Yeah, we talked to a brother Tobago in Atlanta, one of the last record stores, man. He's still selling wax.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? That's a thing of the past. That's like trying to sign the Afro pick. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, man. Oh, man. So once again, family, this is Brother Rich, Professor Griff. We signing out, family. We want to thank you for tuning in. We're going to see you next week, family. Peace.
Peace, family. This is Brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figure since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I could ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.
I went from living like monks, living out back of the trunk, to pockets.